Hey guys, Stephen Tony here, and I am back with a new video. And I thought for this one I would take you around my Jean-Pierre Melville collection. Now, this video is going to be a little more on the special side because Melville was actually the filmmaker that got the ball rolling for me on looking into foreign language films. Now, I knew who Kurosawa was. I had seen some of the Seven Samurai years ago back in grade school, and I had seen Fritz Lang's M in the 8th grade. But it was Melville who really sparked my interest in foreign language cinema, and what a very interesting way to start indeed. I'd never really watched too many crime films prior to him, and he just got me really curious and really fascinated by the genre. And the first one I am going to show you of his is actually the first film of his I ever did see, and it's even more ironic because the first film of his I ever saw was the last film he ever made, and that is Un Flic, a.k.a. Cop, a.k.a. Dirty Money, starring two of my favorite French performers, Alain Delon and Catherine Deneuve. This thing is old. This is like classic Anchor Bay here, guys. But this was the first French film I ever watched as well. So, and I asked for this for Christmas, and I was really very surprised at how much I really enjoyed this. I was taking a real big gamble checking out this film. I had no idea what in the world I was in for, but it ended up really paying off in the end, and it made me a fan of not only Jean-Pierre Melville, but also of French genre cinema, it's a pretty simplistic story. This gang of upper class thieves headed by Richard Crenna is robbing all these banks and trains, and of course Delon is the cop on their trail. Very well made film. It was my first exposure to France, the country, its cities and its countryside, and what a beautiful country it is as well. The film's very engaging. I know some people were saying that this was a step backwards for Melville after the great Les Sacs Rouges, but I still always enjoyed this film quite a bit. My only real complaint probably ever is that he underused Catherine Deneuve in the film. I know women weren't the easiest, characters to write parts for, at least for Melville, which, is a shame because he always found excellent women to be in his films. But what screen time Deneuve does have is excellent and wonderful. So yes, that is Un Flic, the first Melville film I ever saw. Okay, and next I'll go with one of his less talked about efforts, and that is Two Men in Manhattan, which he actually did film on location in the U.S. All of the exteriors, and I think maybe one or two of the interiors, were actually shot in the U.S., in Manhattan, in New York State. I haven't seen this in quite a few years, but I do remember enjoying it quite a bit. It's definitely not on the level of his 60s and early 70s work, but it's not a bad little film. It's definitely a time capsule to what New York was like in the 50s, and Melville isn't just like, showing off the like fancy strip mall areas, or or anything like that. Like, he's showing you the sort of grungier sides. He shows the strip joints and the erotic clubs and clubs. He's pulling no punches here. And what he does is, with this film is basically a journey picture, because the two leads here, played by Melville himself and this other actor, Pierre Grasset, I think his name is pronounced. They're on the hunt for this information that has to do with the death of a high-profile politician, and their search takes them, all over the city. I always knew that Melville saw this as one of his weaker films, because it was a journey picture, and he's never been that thrilled on journey pictures. But I liked it. It's certainly not top tier of his, in my opinion, but it is still a very worthwhile film to check out. And Melville actually gives a very underrated performance as the lead in it, one of the co-leads. And the print here from a Cohen Media Group is fabulous. The black and white just pops. Okay, and now on to... Okay, and next up here is Melville's debut feature, Les Silences de la Mer, or Silence of the Sea. This one falls a little more under the, banner of art film, but it's still a very compelling film. Howard Vernon, who later became famous for his work with the exploitation filmmaker Jess Franco, he plays a German officer who is given lodgings by this French family as the army's occupying Paris, in the whole of the country. The two people who owned the house, a man and his niece or his granddaughter or something, they can't really do much about the invaders, but they've chosen not to speak to any German who takes up residence in the place. So the majority of the film is just really Howard Vernon talking, while the older gentleman engages in third person narration. But over time, these two people end up coming to somewhat respect Varnon's character because they gradually start to learn that he has far more love for France than his countrymen do. And when he realizes what's maybe going to happen, he makes the ultimate sacrifice of himself, rather than see a land he admires and adores, get, hurt anymore. Vernon's performance in this is exquisite. He really could have been an A-list actor and an art film actor, but, he still had a very, interesting career. I've never seen him give a bad performance, even though he has done some kind of sketchy films here and there, but I've never honestly seen him give, a lackluster acting job, and here he was, at his finest. So yes, that is Silence of the Sea. And now on to the maestro's favorite genre, noir and crime, and that is Bob Le Flambeur, or Bob the Gambler, or Bob the High Roller. Man, I first saw this years ago in college, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It just, presented the beauty of Paris, the beauty of the smaller, cities, and sex. Just a wonderful presentation of the cities and and countryside, and also what an impressive story. That's older gentleman Bob, who's had a streak of bad luck in gambling, decides he is going to rob the Deauville casino of all its earnings from, I believe it was the horse race winnings, and just the whole process of recruiting his men, planning the job, testing everybody out. It's a very fascinating watch, and this is the original Criterion collection DVD, and look at this cover. I've always been intrigued and fascinated by this cover. Cover, yeah. I'm who's this, a suave, older gent, who looks intense here. Here, yeah, a very, very, excellent film. Okay, and next we have Les Doulos, or The Finger Man, as it's known. This is the out of print Criterion DVD, as it is with as it is with Bob the Gambler. Yeah, this was Melville's second film with Jean-Paul Belmondo. I did have Leon Morin Priest by Melville, but I was never really all that impressed by it, and I ended up selling it like years ago. So, but Jolos I have always enjoyed. Melville manages to keep you in the dark pretty much the whole way through of the film, like on who we should trust and not trust. And Belmondo does offer a pretty decent tough guy character performance. I tend to prefer him in his like lighter comedy action roles, but when the right dramatic part comes along, he nails it. And Serge Reggiani here, who plays a man who who doesn't know who's trying to double cross him and put the finger of suspicion on him. Offers a really good performance too. That's his other cat and mouse at its finest. I really had fun with this one. I like one again. A must see. Okay, and next we have Le Deuxième Souffle, or Second Breath. This has to be my second favorite Melville film of all time. It was his final effort in black and white. He waited 2 years for Ferlino Ventura to be free of any other commitments, so he could star in this. And what a spectacle it is. It's it has a 2-hour plus running time, but it is not boring in the least. Melville keeps you on the edge of your seat. He keeps you interested, and he keeps you fascinated by all of these characters and situations. Basically, Ventura plays this gangster, Gumanda, who's on the run from the cops, and he's convinced by an old friend to help out on a job. And soon he learns that this friend's devious kid brother is trying to take out both of them and take over the French underworld. Yeah, just a really fascinating, fun, and entertaining film. Ventura's at his finest, in this. It's got Melville's popular themes, of loyalty, male friendship, camaraderie, all the good stuff. Yeah, so Le Deuxième Souffle. Okay, and next we have what many see as one of the pinnacles of Melville's career, and that is Les Samurai, his first ever film with Alain Delon. I do have to confess, I kind of avoided this for a while. I was afraid it would be overhyped because on the Criterion's old website, when they did like top 10, 10s and viewer favorites, thus was like always high, on those lists, and the professional top 10s are still there, but yeah, I was nervous that this was gonna be overhyped, and then I finally pulled the trigger on it and loved it. It is Dylan at his finest. He went from being the suave matinee idol, teen idol, leading man to hardcore tough guy, gritty crime star, and gritty action star. He made the leap fabulously. Yeah. He plays this lone hitman in it. Jeff Costello. He's the loner hitman in it, and he also lives by the code of the samurai. Hence the title there. For some reason here in the States, it was known as the Godson, which I've never understood why. But it is a fabulous film. There's not really too much more I can add to it that people already haven't. So I'll just say it's a must see. Okay, and next is Melville's other war film, Army of Shadows. If you're looking for a good French Resistance film, that's one's it. It is probably the most accurate depiction of what it was like to be in the resistance movement, the sacrifices they made, the chances and risks that they took, the fear and threats of exposure, for what they were doing the uncertainty at times of what they were doing, and just a whole bunch of other factors. It's a hard watch at times because Melville doesn't really sugarcoat anything of what these men and women had to do and were on occasion forced to do, because they at times had no choice, but it is very compelling and should be seen at least once. So that is Army of Shadows. Okay, and next up is my all-time favorite Melville film, and that is Les Sacs Rouges. Oh man, this film was an eye-opener for me. I loved it from the moment of the first scenes in the film. Film, the the characters played by Alain Delon, Andre Bourville, Jean-Marie Valente, and of course Yves Montand. Just great performances, great characters, great story. About this grand heist. Planning the cops on the crook's tails. Tails like, oh my gosh, what an epic. Epic. I saw this, again when, I was in like late high school, like early college. I didn't think that this was a 2-hour plus film. It just goes by, like not super, like not like super fast, but it does not feel like, and you're sitting and watching this for 2 hours. Like, it is like that good of a film, that well paced of a film, and that engaging of a film, and just great performances from everybody involved. And to my knowledge, the only film where there really weren't any women characters, at least in the main cast anyway. I mean, I know there's quite a few female extras and bit part players, but but there's like no strong female lead or good strong supporting female characters. This is this is pretty much a man's story. And it's fascinating. Normally I don't go for just strictly like man stories, at times, but that's one, and a few others I have enjoyed immensely. So yes, that is all of my Melville DVDs. Now I will give you a quick showcase of this box set. That's from Studio Canal. This has Bublé, Flambeur, Leon Morin, Priest. Yes, I had to sort of deal with getting it back in, in order to get this set. But it also has Doulos, Army of Shadows, Les Sec Rouge, and Unflick, and a bonus disc, which I believe has Melville's short film, 24 Hours in the Life of a Clown, which I still haven't seen yet. But like this is just a really nice set from a Studio Canal. Now and I love like how it opens up here. It's this really fat digi pack. Hold on a second. Yes. Yeah, but like it's nice. Love it. Yeah, very nice. I am happy to have this in my collection. I still need to dig into the goodies of that special features disc, and it also comes with this nice thick booklet. I do have to check here because some of his films, had nudity in them. So yeah. So yeah, it looks good though. Yeah, but like that's just like a really nice set. I mean, I've always been, yeah. And I will add that that the Studio Canal version of Les Chèques Rouges presents the film in Melville's preferred muted colors, whereas in the Criterion edition, they restored it in a Technicolor, I believe. So yeah, so for anybody who's curious, that's the main difference. So yeah, that is my mostly complete Melville collection. I don't have 3 of his films. The ones I don't have is the collaboration he did with Jean Cocteau, Les Enfants Terribles. I don't have that one because I don't really see it as a Melville film. He really only just directed Cocteau's play. There was another film he did in the mid-50s that I don't have. I can't recall the title of it now. But it was one where he just directed it. He didn't co-author the screenplay. But that film is, as far as I know, hasn't seen the light of day on home video yet. So the other film I don't have of his, but I have seen, is the first color film he ever shot, that he did with Jean-Paul Belmondo and Charles Vanel. That's got a DVD somewhere, I think, but I haven't picked it up yet. I actually got to see it on Turner Classic Movies a few years back, and for some reason it came off as a very strange film to me. I probably should give it a second watch. But yeah, that for some reason I know hasn't got any kind of release here in the States or over in Europe, I think, or maybe it does. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you found this as brief as I could make it, for each film in my collection. Please give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already and want to, please hit the notification bell and subscribe. And please leave any comments below. I know what did you think of my collection. Which of Melville's films do you like? Like which doesn't hit like in your fancy, or any other questions you might have on things here. So yes, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.